It is going...
So, as I was saying, good friend, what are your views on current political affairs?
I do believe that Romney has certainly not been doing himself any favors, sir. Oh, no.
Indeed not. The
No.
things in which he's been saying have not appealed favorably to even his own demographic, let
Not in the
alone
slightest,
young
no.
voters who might be in support of him, which
You
is
know what?
truly the
You know what
deciding.
I find there to be a problem with is why he seems to be treating. Oh my! I do believe we are live. We have to currently. Quick, code red. Code red.
Yeah, go. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh!
Wait, are we live? Are we actually live? Or are we like pretend live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live? We're like really live?
Yes. Well, I'm hearing myself.
I'm hearing you too. You sound
Oh.
beautiful.
Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
What happened last week? I mean, I know what happened on my end. I just remember.
Okay, so here's what happened last week. Is I was like sick as shit, and I was like, fuck. When I sent you that text, it was like 9 in the morning, and I had just finished like, I had just gotten back in, and I was like fucking it was like after the third consecutive time I threw up, and I'm like, yeah, we're not doing fucking Swaggalaggin, because I figured I would pass out and maybe not wake up for a while because I hadn't slept in a while, and I was like, okay, I gotta send a message to Phil. I was actually impressed that I was able to text you, because I was like,
and as coherently as it was too.
Yeah,
it was
no, I was like, I had to actually check. I was like, shit, did I send that text to Phil, or did I just like text back the last person that texted me with that? So I checked it, and I actually managed to text you. But I ended up waking up like 3 hours later, so I was like, oh, maybe I can do the podcast. And then I texted you, and you were just like, you had evaporated into the ether of space and ascended to a higher form, so...
You know, it's one of those days. You know,
yeah, sometimes you just gotta evaporate into the ether of space and descend into a higher form. I understand completely.
Yeah, you know. This is why we're good friends, because you understand my needs.
Exactly. It's like, Phil unraveled the mysteries of life again. Gotta wait for him to come back to reality.
Anyways, why don't you tell me about your day, or your week, rather, because I've got a lot to go over. Holy shit.
I took a crap, and there was corn in the crap, and I thought, what a waste, so I picked it out and ate it. The poo, I mean.
You don't eat, though.
Yeah, that's kind of concerning as to where the corn came from, but...
Yeah, maybe that was parts of your liver failing. So we'll see what happens. Hit me back up with that. You know,
yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, you definitely sound a lot more like very tired. Very tired.
I've been meditating.
I'm meditating. I'm thinking about what I've done in the corner.
My whole life, I've been evaluating it, and, not gonna lie, a little less impressive than I thought it'd be.
Someone said indoor voices. Yeah, we are very, very chill today. This is gonna be a very chill podcast from what I can tell. I'm tired.
Well, we got a Where's Dex, but, Slade WX saved it with a fuck Dex.
Oh, so is that what we're doing? We're, doing a fuck dex? We're like that, but like just it counters it out. So
I don't know.
No!
What the fuck was that?
Okay, I'm not sure if I brought this in the first episode of the podcast, but it's this fucking... Okay, you know those contraptions where if you press a button and it's like a little fist at the end of it, and you press it and it like punches people? You ever seen those?
Yeah?
No. Yeah? No? Maybe? Well, this one is a Mickey Mouse hand, because I live in fucking Mickey Mouseville. And it makes a glass breaking noise for some indecipherable reason. I don't know what the f it's for.
Christ. So it's like Mickey Mouse has just punched you through a window, or?
Fucking, you imagine being carjacked by Mickey Mouse? Oh, Alexis!
Get out, bitch! Get on the fucking ground unless you want a face full of lead! You want a piece of me, nigger?
Goofy, give her the dicking! She requires the dicking! No, Goofy, stop hitting! Stop it, Goofy! We need one of the windows! God damn it,
You best
Goofy!
not scream, bitch!
Stone Cold Mickey Mouse. This is fun as shit. You keep doing that the whole podcast.
I'd really prefer it if you didn't.
That's too fucking bad. Oh. So, anyways, while you all are here, I'm going to go ahead and read the text Sharon just sent me because it seems really important. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to go ahead and thank each and every one of you that were on Twitter and on Facebook and voted for me for the DJ competition. I think I said so on the Facebook or on my Twitter. I did actually win that part of the competition, so thank you very much. However, the night that the competition happened, oh my god.
Wait, do you want to leave them in some suspense? Because I gotta run an ad.
Yeah, go ahead, run an ad.
Oh, his god.
Oh,
your god. It was insane. It was nuts. It was crazy.
I wouldn't say nuts so much as, you ever have one of those days where you're like really expecting something and you're like, oh man, it's gonna be great, I'm gonna have such a great old time, oh, and then everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong concerning that particular thing. Like, the whole day is fine, but you get to that part of the day and everything that's supposed to happen, that's supposed to go right, goes wrong. You ever have one of those days?
Yeah, I've had one of those days. In fact, I think we canceled the podcast because of one of those days, because it was just like...
Yeah, remember.
After spending an hour and a half behind an Asian woman driver to go 3 blocks, I was not in the fucking mood to, like...
We podcasted just for a little bit, because XSplit was being a cunt at the same time.
Yeah, no, that day was just... Just everything that could be slightly annoying was slightly annoying. I was mildly discomforted.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I need a fucking drink. So, just thinking about all that shit is pissing me off. So I get to the fucking event, and I get there really early, there's no one there. And at first, I get greeted by a lot of the DJs who are performing. Here's how the event worked. That whole Facebook thing was to determine whether or not I played in the main room, which is basically what it sounds like. There's 2 bars, there's a giant room, it's a big dance floor, it's a VIP area. Basically where people are going to go to listen to music. And then there's a front room, which is literally as soon as you walk into the venue, it's literally a front room, and you have to get into a crawl space to get behind this little desk area and get there to DJ. I didn't want to DJ there because no one was going to fucking be there, or so I thought. So once again, I asked all of you to help me out with the fucking DJ competition and be like, they don't know me, no one knows me, and y'all pulled out so fucking far. I thank you all very much for all the support you gave me. I know there's this guy, I gotta shout him out, I don't know if he's gonna be on the podcast tonight. Andrew Nguyen got like half his frat to vote for me, and they're all in Cali, so thank you very much. So I went from dead last on Thursday to first place on the night that they said, you know, oh, this is the last night. So I'm thinking all these DJs are going to be super pissed at me. They're going to be like, oh, you know, this fucking kid, nobody knows who he is, and he probably used multiple accounts, which I'm assuming they still think I did. But I get there, everyone's pretty nice, you know, everyone's like, oh, we're just all here to have a good time, blah, 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 yada, yada. There was one guy who just was a complete and utter dick to me, and his DJ name, I'm assuming it's also his real name as well, Stevie B. And I only say he was a dick to me because of what proceeded during my set. The first guy who went on in the main room had to restart a whole song because the power system went out. And at first I was like, oh shit. that was probably his mess up, and I was like, oh, I hope he's fine with that. And then the next guy went on, and his sound system went down. And I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. And it went out twice. The third guy went on, and this is a guy before me. And at this point, it's getting to about 1 o'clock, 1:20, with about 10 minutes before my set. And his sound system shuts off 3 times in a row. And I'm like, fuck. So I go around and start running around trying to find people. I'm like, yo, what's going on down there? And they go, oh, it's user error. They're totally doing it themselves. So I'm like, okay. So when I do my DJ thing, everything's going to be fine. You know, we're all just cheering for each other. It's great. We're trying to have a good time. I get there, and the tech guy takes 5 minutes to set me up. So even then, he's already eating into my set time. And I'm waiting for this fucking guy, the guy before me, to get off. And I'm trying to figure out a way to, like, push him away without being like a dick, but he just kind of was like, whatever. He touched a button on the little mixer thing. I didn't know what he did, but I started playing my first song, and my first song was supposed to lead into a little mashup I did. Basically, he left a fucking... You know what a filter is, right?
Yeah.
You know how it, like, goes... It just filters. If you lower the filter or heighten the filter, it does weird noises?
Yeah. Like a wand?
Yeah, like, he left the filter attenuation button on for the first minute of my set, and I had no idea what it was. He left it on purpose to throw me the fuck off, and it worked. Because I had... The mashup I was planning required me to be on time, like... on the dot with that fucking song, and I couldn't do it.
Wait, was Stevie B the tech guy, or?
Well, the tech guy ran away. CBB just did that. He just fucking pressed the button and ran away, like a dick. And I was like, what the fuck? And it threw me off. I was like, okay, let me just do this. And then the sound system went out. And I was like, oh shit. And it did this to me 4 times in 20 minutes. To the point where it just, like, it didn't just, like, you know, disconnect. It shut off. The whole fucking power to my part of the club shut off. So, and I was sitting in darkness with no sound for, like, 2 minutes to having people scream the other DJ's name out because they thought it was my fault.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting there going, I have no idea how the fucking club equipment works. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Do you think Stevie B found the power box and was like, yes, this will exact my revenge?
No, we figured out what it was. The tech guy ran up and was like, okay, that's not going to happen again. The entire night, Stevie B had him and his whole crowd dancing behind him the whole fucking time. But it wasn't like the wiring was already faulty. But when Stevie B and his fucking everyone started dancing behind him, it knocked the power cable loose. So when finally they just crowded around my DJ table, someone pushed it and it knocked the whole fucking power cable loose.
Wow. That's some fucking
so I was
shit,
just,
bro.
Yeah, in a fucking club, mind you, in a professional venue where the wiring is that bad. To where, like, people dancing disconnects it. The main thing they want in the club.
No dancing in the club, Phil.
No.
It's unsafe. It's unsafe. There's no dancing.
Safe.
Dancing is forbidden in the club. Also, there will be no popping of bottles. Oh yeah, that's some shit.
Jesus. But yeah, I tried my best. People said I did okay. And by okay, I mean everyone was sitting there like, oh man, you killed it. But at that point, like, it was either people had already brought with me, or like the other DJs who I felt were kind of condescending to me at the end of the night. Which kind of sucks, because I think everyone else, like, did the same thing that general populace thinks, like, oh, all those mess-ups were him, because that's what everyone there was telling them. Everyone was like, oh, that's the DJs doing it. No, it was their faulty-ass wiring, and the tech guy told me himself.
Yeah, that's bullshit, bro. I think it'd be kind of a pretty good indicator if every single DJ hits power outages.
I didn't fucking win. There's actually a video. My dumbass friend, God love him, decided to put the video of it up. And it's bad. It's literally bad. It starts right at the beginning. Here. I put it in chat.
Alright.
And there's a point. I'm trying to find where it is. I think it's... Let me... Sorry for the silence, everyone recording. I'm trying to find this fucking recording. Or as part of the recording. It's like around 14 minutes or something. And it's just... The sound goes out.
And the bee strikes.
Oh, it's 13 minutes and 40 seconds. And the lights go... And the lights on my side go out, but like the fucking... It still hears the music. The system still hears the music playing, so the lights are still going crazy. But there's music coming out.
Shit.
It sucked. It really sucked, and I wish it went better. But that and something else that happened that I already talked to you about put me in like the worst fucking mood in the world, and I just fell off the map. Oh god. So now that serious part is out of the way. Let's talk about the fun that I've been having with Borderlands 2. Holy shit!
That game is fucking awesome.
That game came out of nowhere for me. I was not hyped for it at all. And then fucking Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
So good.
That game is so fucking great. Like I really like this is like kind of a small detail because it's like I kind of expected it to be like gameplay wise just the first one, but maybe a little bit better and more interesting. But I like that the side missions, like in the first one you did a side mission, right? You went to the bounty board, it was like, here, kill like 5 of these things. You just kind of did it, and then you went back to the bounty board, you didn't really fucking know why you did it, you were just like, whatever, experience. In this one, every side mission kind of has like a little bit of... I mean, it's not like Skyrim where every single one has a story, but at least you know why you're doing what you're doing, and it kind of gives it a little bit more personality, which I think is really neat.
I think that's the biggest addition to Borderlands 2 is what was very just like completely missing in the first Borderlands. Like it was there was a universe there were characters there.
I'm not even joking. And I guess spoilers for the end of Borderlands 1 if anyone gives a shit, but you know there's that bitch with the white hair that when you open the vault, the fucking thing kills her?
Yeah.
I literally had no idea who she was. I was like, I saw that cutscene and she died, and I was like, who the fuck is that?
Wait a minute, was she supposed to be important? No.
She was apparently the main villain, or at least that's how that cutscene framed her. And I remember seeing her face like once or twice pop up on like the communicator thing, but I didn't actually know who she was at the point of that cutscene.
I don't know either. I was playing Borderlands 1 and I don't remember. I couldn't finish it. It was like the environment sucked. The combat was fun, but like nothing, it didn't feel like Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2, it just feels like the world is not necessarily alive, but it has a fucking personality now.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason for me to get involved.
It's actually got a lot of personality. I think the writing is fucking great. And Handsome Jack is hilarious.
He's hilarious in the greatest way because everything he says makes you want to hate him, but you can't because of his delivery.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
I really like, at the very beginning, it's like one of the first times he talks to you, and he's like, he calls you up and he's like eating something. He's like, hey, God, these pretzels suck. How you doing, buddy? How's your day been? Like, it's just so perfect. His delivery and everything is just, it's amazing. The one character that I can't fucking stand, and Morgan seems to think she's hilarious, so I don't know where the fuck to sit on that. But no, fucking Tiny Tina, dude.
I like her only because she's slightly endearing and I deal with people like that on a regular basis, so I'm like, oh, I get her humor, but I can see where she can be really fucking annoying for some people.
She is just like, I could be in a room that's just walls lined with chalkboards and people scraping their teeth against the chalkboards, and the sound would be just slightly less, like, cranial-wrenchingly painful than Tiny Tina adding an S to the end of a word that doesn't need an S in it.
I don't... Maybe I just wasn't listening as closely as you do, because you have this really weird attention for detail, and I'm just like, oh, video games!
It's really... Her acting is really cringy. It's like a little girl trying to sound like a little black boy who's trying to sound like an older black man. And
it's like a woman trying to sound like a little girl, trying to sound like a black boy, trying to sound like a black man, trying to sound like a little girl, trying to sound like a black man, trying to sound like a little girl. Boy, man, girl.
Yeah,
fuck.
Basically, it doesn't... There's too many layers of I'm pretending to be this, and I think it comes off as, one, trying too hard, and two, not delivering enough. And it just kind of really fucking gets in my head and pisses me off.
Favorite characters. Are you talking about, like, play-wise, or who?
Wait, let's go back to something. Do you not like Lilith?
No, I've heard a lot of people don't like Lilith. That's why I said. I had no problem with Lilith. I think she was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's, like, super, interesting or anything, but she's...
No, she's probably the one who, ironically enough, lacks the most personality. Roland has more personality than her, and that's saying something.
Really? You think Roland does?
No, I don't like Roland. I think both of them are the same level. I just feel like...
I actually like Mordecai in this game.
Mordecai's really good. Brick is pretty funny, too. I like Brick.
Oh, Brick's in it? I haven't read
oh,
Brick
shit,
yet.
Yeah, that could be a spoiler, too. I'm not going to tell you where you find him.
Well, no, I kind of figured. I was like, what the fuck? Or did they just not put him in it because he was the guy that nobody played as in Borderlands 1, or...
That's the one I really like, is that they found a way to make everyone, like, come into the storyline and it be relevant.
Yeah, I find it kind of weird because the characters from Borderlands 1 didn't really have any personality in Borderlands 1, and in Borderlands 2 they have personality, but your characters don't really have personality. And I think that's intentional.
Mine kind of talked a lot. Like, I played Maya, the Siren, and I played a lot of single player. I'm not sure if it's different, like they turned down the quips in fucking multiplayer or anything, but like every time she got a kill, like most of the time she got a kill, she would always say something that would.
Well, I mean, they say something, but I don't know. Like I feel like Lilith and Roland are like actual people, whereas Zero just says ninja stuff and Gunzerker just is happy to be killing shit.
I wouldn't say Zero says ninja stuff either. I'd say Zero is kind of... When he said you're activating my trap card, I immediately thought of Alex, and I started laughing to myself a little bit. God love him.
He speaks in haikus a lot. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but
yeah, some guy just said it.
He'll kind of like spit out like this like haiku about how he's murdering people, which I think is kind of cool.
Yo, Mock Jr., way to go with the fucking spoiler. I hope no one read that, douchebag. I mean, I got past that point, but that was you had one really big spoiler in there. I'm gonna ban you for that one, actually, douchebag. That's how much I like that game. I don't want people to, because I just got past one of the biggest story missions that he just spoiled. It actually threw me for a loop. It was one of those things where it's like, you could see it coming, but the way they presented it and handled it, it still was really cool.
Alright, I'm actually looking forward to kind of, because the story it's actually a story.
Yeah, it is. I banned, hold on, Rocker, I banned C. Mock Jr. Yeah, I instantly deleted him. That was a huge fucking spoiler. Fuck him, dude. Fuck him. Like, two of them were okay. Like, he just told you, he just said what Brick was, but then he said something about a big character. Spoilers ahead. Fuck off.
Speaking of spoilers ahead, I have one done, and it actually turned out really funny. I'm just waiting for Zach to draw the picture for it.
Tell us what it is.
It's the movie Branded, and I start off spoilers ahead pretty much the same way as what I'm gonna say right now is you're gonna say, I don't think I've heard of this movie, and then you're gonna look it up and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that trailer before Batman, and then, like, forgetting about it.
I have not been to a movie theater in ages, so you're gonna have to help me out.
Okay,
here.
basically, the premise of Branded is,
Oh, okay, wait a minute, no.
It's
Ironically
the one
enough,
with the
I did
trailer
see
where
this
they,
trailer.
where, like, he sees, like,
No,
you know,
okay, no, I know
monsters that
exactly
look
what you're
like
talking.
brands and shit.
Okay,
And
I'm actually looking forward to this now.
The thing about the movie is, I'm still not sure what it was supposed to be, because it's a movie that its premise is completely kind of out there, and it acknowledges that. It's like, okay, this is like, there's a scene where the guy is freaking out talking about the brands and shit, and the kind of love interest is like, that's fucking stupid. And it's like, okay, so the movie knows how stupid it's being, but then it keeps doing it, and it kind of has like this twisted dark comedy aspect to it, but it makes a genuine point. So I don't know if it wants to be taken seriously or if it's just shitting all over itself, but in any case, it's kind of the easiest spoilers ahead I've ever done, really, because the movie kind of does my job for me. So that's fun.
I remember watching the trailer for that on YouTube because I saw something coming out of a bitch's head, and I was like, what the hell's... I tried watching, and I did not get the fucking point. I was like, okay, so corporate America...
Corporate Russia.
Is it Russia?
Yeah, they're in Moscow.
What's it? They're all speaking perfect English.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Whatever. I haven't been to a movie theater, and I was like... It was one of those movies that I saw, and I thought I would want to watch it just because it was stupid, but it literally looked just too stupid for me. You know what I mean?
See, here's the thing, is with the mindset going into it, like... Because I heard from one of my friends who saw it, and she's usually into, like, sort of obscure art-type movies. She was talking about how dumb it was, and I was like, I've got to see this now. And going into it with, like, the mindset of this is probably going to be my next spoilers ahead, I got pretty much exactly what I wanted out of it. Like, it is funny. Like, it is kind of so stupid that it's funny. But,
I may have to check it out still. Spoilers ahead, Swaggalaggin. I'll spoil that for you. Someone says a dick joke.
Don't give away what we're gonna do next. So, on to the dick joke minute.
Sharon is in here. I think she's just creeping right now. She said something. Hello, Sharon. Say something back.
I'm running an ad before we can get greeted by shit.
She has ad block. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. The one bitch who's always like, don't use ad block, uses ad block.
Wow. I thought you were cool, Sharon.
Not cool, Sharon. Not cool at all.
I thought you were cool. Your fraction of a cent will go completely unspent because that's how much we make.
So, anyways, because I think this fucking commercial's ending pretty soon. On to more Borderlands 2. I just got, like I said earlier, I just got to a mission. I think it's around level 20 actually, where shit goes from super like, okay, everything's all funny and you know the whole game's got personality, and then shit just got real, like real quick, and it was one of those things where it wasn't necessarily an awkward transition either. It was kind of like, and the thing is, Handsome Jack, after this really serious thing happens, is still a dickhead about it.
Well, that's what he does. Is you find those audio logs early on, and
it's only until this mission called "Where Angels Fear to Tread" that he actually takes a little bit more of a serious tone. But he's not that serious anymore. Like, it's just for that mission, and then he's just back to being a dick, which I like. You know, he doesn't turn to a complete and utter whore because of what you do, but.
Yeah, I mean, every now and again you'll see some, like, frustration come out of him, but he's still like, okay, it's cool.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. It's just... I want to... You actually caught me in the middle of playing with a couple of friends. I'm actually playing Gunzerker, which, by the way, is the most useless class in the game. I can't. I can't. I cannot. He is not good.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? What are you building?
I was building the red class.
Oh, dude, blue class, blue tree, all the way.
Blue tree, because I went to Gunlust, and that one was really confusing, but I could see why it was really. Can we change the board? Oh, Sharon. Sharon is the biggest fangirl for Borderlands. She's the hugest fangirl to the point where she's so messed up about not being able to play it. That's too bad! Anyways.
Why can't she play it?
She pull.
Oh.
Everybody pull.
Get that bitch some Borderlands.
I offered her to help her buy it, but she hadn't said shit.
You can play fucking split screen. Have her come over, asshole.
Nah.
Nah, I don't want a bitch in my room.
Well, yeah. Well, she's gonna.
I don't want no bitch menstruating in my room. That's a man's place.
No, we actually had a friend who she bought it, and she was like, Sharon, I'm not gonna have time to play it. And do you want to play it? And she's like, oh my god, yes! And then her boyfriend immediately goes, wait a minute, Sharon's gonna play it? No. And he steals it from his girlfriend. And so Sharon can't play it. I'm like, that's fucked up.
What a cunt.
I know. What a dick. Ugh. Good times, though. Good times. What else has happened?
What else?
Oh, so did you hear about what happened in the League of Oval Ball?
What? Wait,
I'm talking
Hollywood director?
Oh, I'm talking about football.
That completely went over my head. I heard there was something with the refs that, like, they were, like, exploiting the ability to substitute in a ref.
Look, I fucking don't watch football. My family does, and I honestly know little to nothing about the sport. I mean, does it look like I fucking play sports? Come on. But from what I was told when it finally was explained to me, it is the most bullshit thing I have ever heard of. To the point where the referee who called it, I could have made a better call than him. From sitting and playing Borderlands 2 for 24 hours, behind a desk, not even watching the game. That's how bad of a call that was. Do you know, okay, how familiar are you with football? Like, you know how, like, it works, sort of, right?
Yeah, no, I used to watch it, so...
Yeah. So, you know that when you intercept the ball, that ball's on your team.
I can tell that you know nothing about football by that sentence, but... Okay, yes, the ball is on your team. Go on.
Yes, the ball is with you. The ball, you have the ball.
Yeah, the ball fights for you.
The ball fights for you. But you know what I mean, fucker. Anyways, the Seahawks guy was in what they call it, Josh? The end zone? I don't know shit about football. The score goal area thing.
Yeah.
And first off, he pushed one of the fuckers, which apparently is an offensive penalty. So that should have ended the game immediately. But then
That's what happens when there's a penalty. Everybody goes home.
No. That was explained to me. He actually pushed somebody. He didn't tackle him. He pushed him. That was an offensive penalty that ends the game. That disqualifies the team from the game. That's how it was explained to me. But he caught the guy on the other team who caught the ball, and it counted as a touchdown. His hands weren't even on the ball. He caught the guy who caught the ball.
So the guy caught the ball, and it was like a touchback, I guess?
No, they said it was a touchback, and then another rep said it was a touchdown.
Yeah, so it was like a touchback. The guy on the other team caught the ball in his end zone, and then somehow the dude from the Seahawks ran up and like shoved him, and they were like, touchdown.
No. He was right behind him. The guy from the Packers, Jennings, caught the ball in midair. The Seahawks guy caught the Packers guy, like he literally caught the guy, and he was holding him. His hands were nowhere near the fucking ball, and it counted as a touchdown.
So, oh god, this is funny to me. So, the Packers guy catches the ball, and then the Seahawks guy catches the Packers guy like Superman catching Lois Lane after she falls off a building.
Yeah, you need to see this video somewhere. It is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. And the guy goes, "No, dude, that's totally a touchdown. That totally counts. That totally fucking counts."
That's actually, I like that just because it's hilarious.
It is, and so the whole idea behind that was why everyone's pissed off is because the referees who are there are not official NFL referees. Okay, my little brother is here and he's pissed off. He's a huge Packers fan and he's really pissed off.
Good, kick him out of the room.
So get out. Anyways, so the official referees are on strike because they wanted a pay raise, and the NFL Commission was like, no. So they were like, okay, fine, we're just not going to fucking referee any of the NFL games. So they were like, fine, we'll get high school referees to do it then. And the high school referees have been doing this for weeks now and fucking up everyone's games. So now, and the NFL Commission came out like yesterday and said, oh yeah, by the way, the Seahawks-Packer game, that's still standing. We completely agree with the guy, even though he totally made they said it in the written statement. Even though he totally made a wrong call, we're sticking by him. I'm like, that is
funny.
Oh, that is awful. You don't even have to be. You have to be like me. You don't even have to understand the game of football to watch that and go, that's not cool. Like, he fucked up.
Oh, speaking of football, kind of tangentially, did you see that thing where like there was a football player who apparently like did like an ad. I think it was on the Ravens. He like endorsed gay marriage or something, and there was like a congressman, and he wrote a letter like, how can you allow this in the NFL, this kind of a thing? And some other football player wrote him back, and he was like, because that's the greatest thing is when somebody who's not necessarily like a political figure responds to a political figure when they still have kind of a voice, because then they don't have to be civil about it. So he just responds to him like, so like, what do you have against gay marriage? Or are you afraid that you're gonna turn into like a dick-sucking cock fiend if gay people are allowed to get married and just shit like that?
Just, like gay is a disease or something?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you do realize that, I mean, dick-headedness aside, it doesn't really affect you unless you're gonna immediately convert to homosexuality on the spot. In that case, you're probably gay anyway, and just shit like that.
The only thing keeping me back from being gay was the fact that I was never gonna be married. Now you're basically holding me back from that too? No! Now I have to suck dicks! No!
That'd be just so funny if, like, all of a sudden, like, gay marriage was legalized and, like, many Republicans instantly gasping and screaming melted away into fabulous homosexuals and started sucking dick against their will.
I don't want any of that. Anyways, okay, yeah, you know what? Someone just, thank you, Winley Dune. I don't know who posted that. Wait, yes, let me check. Infantryman, thank you very much. Check that out. That is the call. That is what happened. It happens at the 20-second mark, I think. Let me check.
This is an awful display.
No, it's 7 seconds. Just try 7 seconds.
So 7 seconds.
And he throws the ball.
So when the ball's on his team.
When the ball's on his team.
He throws the ball. Okay, that's not as funny as I thought it'd be. He just kind of tackles him as he throws it. And
yeah, no.
Okay.
But do you see what happened?
Yeah, it's bullshit, but I can kind of understand it, where before it just sounded fucking ridiculous. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't. I really don't. But even that just goes to show you, I have no idea what I'm saying. And I fucking God damn. That is such a bad call. That is so bad. I could do their job better than them. Alright, so the ball's on his team in this court. When's he gonna make a home run?
Okay, Seahawks, the ball's on your team now.
Stop hitting the ball so much. He's on your team.
Friendly firing.
friendly fucking. You're not, guys. You're not being Milge about this.
You're allowed to use your action skills after 14-second cooldown.
I came here for dicks and gay jokes. Well, football is nothing but dicks and gay jokes. The hell you on about?
Men padding up and rubbing against each other.
They have to bend over in front of each other. That's all the dick jokes you need.
Oh yes.
Don't forget the black jokes. Oh man, speaking of black jokes, squeaky sweatins. When are we gonna keep adding to that? Do we need another game to keep adding to that? Because I think that one game we had is pretty much it. That's all the material we
I still need to fucking go through that. There might end up being a second one of those. God damn it.
There was no. I know there is going to be because that game was fucking gold.
I can't believe I managed to get like the funniest game ever like fully recorded. But yeah.
Fuck the meta. Fuck that
the
meta. What is it, Sharon?
Yes, Sharon.
Yes,
What?
Sharon. Big titty hoe.
What do you want, you burlesque whore?
You poor person.
The poor people.
The poor people. Phil, I am. Fuck you. Talk about the Muslim video thing that they're all mad over. You mean the thing that basically started off a war between Islam and America? No, thank you.
Yeah, that's. I saw this one picture. I think it was actually Chilled Chaos sent it to me, and it was this picture of like all these Facebook comments of like someone leaves a Facebook comment and then like all these Muslims are like threatening to kill him.
Well, then you get a timeout, Max. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, it was just some of them are just hilariously like, are you shitting me? He's like, you dare say this, I will cut out your tongue and murder you. It's like, that's rational.
There was a picture of some guy who made a stick figure, and there's a guy who looks of Muslim descent, I'm guessing they were trying to say. And then they put he's like, oh, that's okay. That's pretty funny. They put him like a little hat on him, and it said like, what is there, Muhammad?
Yeah.
I think it is. They said it was Muhammad, and he starts burning on the American flag on the next panel.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's literally synonymous with, like, okay, I haven't seen the documentary, so I don't know how like, inflammatory it actually was, but it's like the equivalent, right, of somebody being like, somebody saying to somebody else, you're dumb, and then that other person starts, like, screaming and crying and pissing and shitting their pants and, like, throwing this huge fit, like, flailing their arms wildly and through tears, threatening to murder that person. It's just, yeah, it's threatening, but at the same time, it's just fucking immature and shows that you're just so fucking thin-skinned and really just a pussy, honestly. Someone says something and your response is like to get so violently offended that you think that person needs to die. It's just, I don't know, like it's kind of, it's like a huge bitch fit just being collectively thrown.
The world is kind of burning down right now, and not a whole lot of funny shit has been happening. Which is kind of funny. I think, oh well, yeah, because we're assholes. The world is ending. I think I think we should, you know.
Oh yeah, when's that apocalypse gonna happen? I like how people were more concerned about the quote-unquote 2012 apocalypse in 2010 than they are now that it's actually quote-unquote approaching.
I swear to God, someone told me it was gonna be the rapture 2 days from now.
There was that rapture a while ago where nothing happened.
There was that rapture that just I went into the wing house and I had some wings. That was.
But no, I mean, do you remember that?
Rapture of my asshole.
It was like 2010, and there were all these people that thought the world was going to end in 2012, and we were just fucking panicking 2 years in advance, and now you just never hear about it.
Yeah. I think we just got it all out. We're just like, Whatever, man.
Well, I don't know. That's just kind of funny to me, where something that's date sensitive kind of falls out of popularity before the date hits. So it kind of creates this weird, awkward situation where it's like what these people believed was encroaching doom, but they've kind of gotten over it.
I'm still of the mindset the Mayans were just sitting there like, hey, Steve, yeah, man? Dude, what the fuck are we doing? Like, is the world really gonna fucking go on for 20? Like, I'm pretty sure they'll figure out calendars by fucking 2012.
That's exactly
like,
what it was. Is they
like,
they didn't even predict an end of anything. They just stopped making the calendar. I'm guessing because they assumed they'd have a more efficient way of doing things than carving into stone by that time.
Or they died out. Like, what happened? Like,
that's true.
People are fucking. The world will end when Mitt Romney's voted in the office. Don't bring up politics. Politics are shit.
Yeah, fuck them politicos.
Yeah.
We're politicking everywhere with the politics and the fancy words.
Okay, stop telling us about Nicolas Cage being in Expendables 3. We've been over this. Where have you been? Where were you 5 episodes ago?
I never saw the Expendables 2, but based on the amount of characters that there are, I'm assuming all of them get under 2 minutes of screen time, or the movie is 8 hours long.
I didn't even see the first one.
The first
like, it
one
wasn't
was
even
awful.
appealing. Like, it came out when Scott Pilgrim vs. the World came out, and I was like, I'm gonna go watch that instead of something that I'm pretty sure is gonna be shit. I'm gonna go watch something that, you know, is actually directed by a guy who knows what he's doing.
Scott Pilgrim was actually really, really surprisingly good. I
Yes.
did not expect to like it. I can't watch it again, though. Those first 20 minutes are just painful.
It is a kind of slow movie.
It's
But
not,
when it actually
once it
gets
gets
to the-
moving, it moves really fast, but the first, like, the setup to it is just, like, I remember when I first went to see it, and I was like, oh no, and just as I was like that, then it started getting really good.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, 8:50 soon, like 3 minutes. So you want to run a quick ad before we start the, you know...
Okay, I'll run a quick ad, but, Scott Pilgrim, reminds me of something. It's kind of interesting. I've been listening to the audiobook version of, you know who Yahtzee Croshaw is, right? The guy who does punctuation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wrote a book that's called Mogworld, and I've been listening to it while I, like, work out and shit, and it's actually really good. It's really fucking funny. Basically, the premise of it is the main character is an NPC in a, like, World of Warcraft style MMO.
Uh-huh.
And he's basically trying to figure out what's going on, because it's an MMO, right? So you know how in MMOs, like, the adventurers don't die because, you know, that's who the players are, and, you know, the enemies don't die because they have to keep respawning and creating scenarios for the adventurers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically a zombie. Like, the book starts out and he fucking dies immediately, and then is raised as a zombie to be in, like, a dungeon scenario. So he's like, he just spends, like, he's trying to kill himself is pretty much the deal, because he's like, well, I'm a zombie, this is shit, being dead the first time was really nice, so he instantly tries to kill himself, it doesn't work out, and he's like, trying to do that, and basically, it's kind of this really weird sort of thing where you know it's an MMO, and you kind of know the story of the characters, so the character is working to the point that you already know about, and the point that you already know about is kind of working back to the characters, so the reveal is sort of where they meet in the middle. It's really interesting. I've been really digging it so far, and it's fucking funny too. So I'd recommend that if anybody's into reading or listening to stuff while they do more manly things.
Or listening to people read. I can't imagine you laughing while fucking bench pressing and then killing yourself while doing so. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, probably. So,
I heard the worst story today, or I was witness to the worst thing that could happen on Xbox Live today.
Yeah.
I was playing some Lost Planet 2 with a friend of mine, and he decided he was gonna, you know, just leave to go take a piss. I'm like, alright, I'll wait. And he left his headset on, and I can kind of vaguely hear what was happening. and in the background, all you hear is screaming, cat squealing, and then him just laughing hysterically at the end of it. And I just wasn't prepared for he was going to come back and tell me, but it wasn't that bad, I guess. He then eventually told me that he pissed on his cat.
Oh, that's awesome.
And how it went down was that basically he went to go to the bathroom and his cat followed him right in. So he was like, alright, fine, this fucking cat's gonna sit here. So he's peeing, and the cat decides it's a really good idea to jump up on the toilet seat. So the cat jumps up on the toilet seat, and he just sprays the top of the cat's head. Yes, he really pissed on the cat.
Honestly, at that point, it's like you reap what you sow, you stupid cat.
So
you
the
got
cat,
into this mess.
I don't know how the cat didn't fall down, but can you imagine sitting there, a cat jumps up and he's pissing on this cat, and he's not stopping because he's gotta piss. So the cat's like, no, what are you, hey, what's the, The cat jumps off, starts hitting walls, and starts running and everything, just scraping his piss on everything he owns.
Yeah, I guess in retrospect, I probably wouldn't think of that in the scenario either. I'd just piss on the cat, but yeah, that's probably a bad idea just for that reason.
Oh man. Cross that off the bucket list.
Someone in chat made the best/worst joke ever, and he's like, now that's what I call a wet pussy.
I get it. No, Sharon, it happened. I heard it. It happened. And he had to explain it.
Now, you guys can throw your questions in for lightning round. We're gonna start that up soon.
What do you mean? What was it called again?
Lightning round?
Lyle?
I was waiting for you to do the second one.
Lyle.
What?
What was it called again?
Lightning round.
Lyle?
What the Oh my god, what?
Do it!
I was hoping for a build, like I'd be like lightning round, and you'd be like lightning round, and then I'd be like, but no, apparently you're not fucking stupid. Lightning round!
Lightning!
What the fuck are you doing? You're
round!
Phil, you are embarrassing me! Black Ops 2, yes or no? No. What about you, Phil?
It's gonna be announced whether or not I say no, so no, maybe. No, I'm not gonna play it, fuck that. No!
No!
Oh yeah, right. Ding 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 ding
ding ding. Okay, now ask your questions. Can you put your dick in a toaster, record it, and put it on YouTube? No, because YouTube will remove it, but other than that, I can do the first two.
You're ever gonna play RuneScape like the fucking faggot that you are? No!
I would rather kill myself.
You love COD more disappointment? What the hell does that question even fucking mean?
It means it's the same game every time.
Time! What would you do if Nicolas Cage touched you inappropriately? Probably file molestation.
Prostate exam? No. If it's already been examined in the last month, it's just stimulation.
I'll take him to court, and then I'll get a lot of money. The chicken die and eat!
What?
What are these questions? Catch a ride! What the hell is wrong with you people tonight? Where do babies come from? Us.
That's you're on top of the game tonight. Do you put Ben Gay on your balls?
Save it or natural. Little column A, little of column. Yes.
Lightning bolt shape of column A, the rest of column B.
Love pants. Ask Sharon. She'll say no.
Molest Phil, okay.
Wow, no. When you want to cook a cow, do you strip their flesh and salt the wounds? No, faggot, you light the cow on fire, and while it's burning, you bite into its succulent, tender flesh.
Eat the udder! Eat the udder!
It's like, you ever have one of those, remember when you were a baby, or you feel the little tit, that's what it feels like, but burning.
Oh, God.
Sharon giving Phil a rim. No!
Lau, what do you think of Phil being a
DJ. He probably thinks I'm a faggot.
My name is Phil, and I like to bring down the house. And
But
the
only
power goes
for-
out.
But only for like a second, because when the power goes out.
I think Smithy B had something to do with it. B!
Thoughts on Billy Joe's rant at iHeartRadio?
Billy Joe's a faggot.
I
However,
haven't heard
he did-
about that.
He did kind of, tell off Justin Bieber, so, I mean, that was... The fucking Green Day guy was drunk and had a huge bitch fit because Justin Bieber wanted, or like Usher wanted more time, so they cut his set in half. So he started screaming at the last minute of his set. He started like, I'm not sure, was it uncensored? Could someone explain that shit to me?
I'm not a Green Day fan, but anybody who talks shit about Usher gets a few points in my book.
Yeah, I gave him that one.
Would you care if Shively made Hensy depending you and Dex and Phil, or Phil?
I don't give a shit.
I kind of care.
Bag.
I don't want it. Spoilers ahead, innocence of Muslims.
No!
Who the fuck spoiled Borderlands 2 just now? We took care of it. Wait, did you? Oh shit, I'm sorry. Mimi, did that get?
Does anyone listen to Avantasia? That band is fucking awesome. Also, try out Ed Guy.
Your goal is to forget a Walmart employee. You can only buy 3 items, no lube or condoms. Go.
I saw that. That's actually a really, really fucking good question. Bye, Sharon.
Wait, what was the question?
The goal is to go into Walmart, buy 3 items, to freak out the Walmart employee. They can't be lube or condoms.
They can't be lube or condoms. Probably like a garbage bag, a hacksaw, and like maybe zip ties.
I say all those things. And a tricycle.
Tricycle.
What's the appeal of League?
I don't fucking know. I was asking myself the same question. It's the only game that turns me into a tryhard. But I keep playing it.
I think the thing about that game is, like, since the games last, like, 40 fucking minutes, you don't want to lose.
Phil, best, worst, and saddest movies you have ever seen. Best movie, in recent memory, shit.
I'm gonna go
The
with,
Raid Redemption.
I'm gonna go with live-action Ninja Turtles for all 3 of those.
Fuck! I was gonna answer it all seriously. I mean, fuck you. Fuck you. Saddest movie, Human Centipede.
I cried so hard when that mongoloid retard got the centipede put in his... Anyway,
What is the ultimate power, dicks?
I don't know, tits are pretty ultimate too.
tits are pretty awesome. God, I love tits.
Lau, do you like Nirvana or the Gorillaz?
By the way, Phil, you saw it on Facebook, what I did? Because my girlfriend was like, your fucking... My girlfriend's like, your banner... You don't have a banner and it looks ugly. You should make it a picture of me. And I just put up a big picture of
actually,
your tits.
she spoke back to me and she's like, I'm really glad you understand how devastating this is for me. And I said, your tits are a devastating thing to behold. She's like, I know. Like, what the fuck?
Maybe for you, because you know you can never have them, or I will actually kill you.
The death scene. Oh, the death scene in Bridge of Terabithia. I watched that movie with my siblings, my younger ones, when they were pretty young. And that actually kind of got me, because believe it or not, I have a heart. So
okay, I had to read Bridge to Terabithia as a book in grade school, and the way that I interpreted the death scene was so dumbly funny that
there wasn't a death scene in the movie, though. It just kind of he woke up one day and they said, "Oh, by the way, your friend's dead. Go to school, faggot."
Oh, have you read the book?
No, I haven't.
I think I'm thinking of the same one, right? Where they go into the woods and they have like a rope swing and a bridge or whatever, and
and they think it's like this.
he doesn't go to hang out with her, and then she like dies. Basically, what happens is she gets bored and she decides to go on the rope swing, and then since it's raining, she like slips off and hits her head on the rock. And it just, the way that I interpreted that just looked so funny in the mental picture that was my mind. And that's,
Josh is not here. I don't know.
I'm Josh. Hey
He's in the bathroom.
I'm Josh.
Stop making fun of him.
I'm Josh, guys.
He does sound exactly like that. He reminds me of that guy from Mice and Men. Except actually funny. Alright,
Are you
so let's get...
circumcised very?
Half! Don't ask how that works. Lyle, sing the My Little Pony theme song.
Go fuck yourself.
My Little Pony, My Little Pony. That's the only thing I fucking know. I've seen a commercial.
You lie.
Will you guys Red Supria?
What the fuck does that mean? Red Supre... Ah!
Red Supre.
I get it! I get it!
There's actually a channel called Red Supre.
Oh!
Instituting like this weird singularity where they comment over Let's Play commentaries, and it
Damn it. Hold on. Fucking Tom, every time, he always tells me about shit that's happening in my fucking, like, area. It's like, are you gonna go to this? No, Tom, I'm not. Fuck off.
Oh,
Tom, where's the beef?
where's the beef, Tom?
Looking right at it.
We gotta find out where the beef is.
If my dick is so long that it goes backwards into my butt, does that make me gay? No, just curious.
Lyle, did you ever read The Giver? Yes, I did. I did a summary of it in that fucking Left 4 Dead video I did a while back.
I also wrote The Taker.
The Giver was the Taker in The Giver. Wait, no, the Taker was the main character in The Giver. It was a very gay book.
Egoraptor.
If Egoraptor ever wants to join, I don't know why he would want to be on the podcast. Yeah, sure, why not?
I'd be down for that. Although it's never going to happen, and he doesn't know who we are, so...
Not in the slightest. Ever.
Where are the dead bodies?
Couldn't find them.
Well, see, the thing about that is,